Hey everyone. Um, I promised I would do a video on what it's like to have Charge syndrome. Before I start, though, don't forget to subscribe and like my video if you like my video or videos. Um, so What is Charge syndrome, you may ask, if you don't know what it is? Basically, it's something that you're born with. There are different versions of Charge syndrome. Some people have a cleft palate. Others, their cleft palate was taken out as a baby. Mine, when I was born premature, for me, when I was a baby, my cleft palate was taken out. Um, However, throughout my childhood, I had to go to speech therapy to learn how to pronounce my words and certain certain letters. When I was a child, my R's sounded like W's and my W's sounded like R's. So that was mainly why I had to go to speech therapy. And so I went to speech therapy until I was in middle school. And then after that, I graduated from speech therapy, and also because of my disability with Charge syndrome, I was always having to take small group classes that were like one-on-one classes for special education. However, I learned how to get past my disability eventually, and I was able to graduate from special education to eventually being able to take classes outside of that. When I was in high school, I was able to finally take history class, and I even took Spanish class. And in college, I excelled enough that in my business degree, I am trying to graduate with. I have gotten past all my English classes, all my reading classes, stuff like that. Having a disability, though, um, math and science has always been my weakness, while reading, English, things like that, and art classes have always been my strong suit. And so throughout my life, I have learned how to get past my weaknesses and move forward. And by doing that, I have been able to get past my childhood and into high school, and I even graduated from high school, and I have already done a few colleges even. And so now I'm expecting in a few years, if I could pass a math class and pass a natural science class, I could finally get my degree, and I would be able to say that I have graduated college despite my disability. So I mentioned that I was born with a cleft palate, which was taken out. I also have problems with memory. So there are some classes that I have trouble with my memory, with remembering things like terms and dates and how to do algebraic expressions when I'm trying to do algebra or pre-algebra. I'm trying to learn how to remember things for accounting. That I struggle with because there's so much math involved. But I'm trying to learn how to get past that. For some things, I do try out flashcards, and sometimes it does work. Other times, I have to find a different maneuver. Other than that, other than having memory problems, I also have stereo seizures, which I take medication for, and it usually stops them from happening. And with my memory, I take a memory pill every day to try and keep me from losing more memory. So memory, and I also sometimes have trouble focusing and trouble figuring out what to say. So sometimes I will have to stop and think about what I'm going to say. But I do have the ability to work just like anyone without a disability does. When I was in high school, I was going to high school, and at the same time, I also worked for about 6 months at McDonald's as a lobby attendant, and that was only because after my 6 months at McDonald's, I relocated to Arizona with my family because the small town I was in, there really wasn't anything affordable for apartments for me to be able to move out before my family were going to move to Arizona. But in the long run, everything turned out great because I was able to get into college and take all the classes that is needed for college. And I even made a couple of friends one I made in college, and the other when I when I finally was able to move out. Um, so even so, I do have one thing I would like to have you take away with this. It does not matter if you have a disability or if you don't. Even with having a disability, you can still move on with your life and do what you want to do. As I learned in high school, don't let other people tell you what you can and can't do. You may have weaknesses and strengths. Some weaknesses as a disability may be worse than those that don't have a disability, but you can still move past them. You can still graduate. You can do whatever you want, whatever you dream of. And so that is what I would like you to take away from this. I know a lot of people have difficulty with this, but if you ever need someone to talk to, or you would just need a friend, you can always comment, and I can help you out. I've had plenty of experience, as I've informed. So that is my video on charge syndrome. I hope you enjoyed. As I stated in my intro in this video, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share if you want to. So that's all. Hope you enjoyed.